Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video, and this video is my thoughts on the Sony and the PSN problems. I really haven't given my thoughts. I've just kind of ranted about it and given you guys news about the credit card info. Apparently with the credit card info they haven't got your security code, so you should be alright. And plus I don't think the hackers are going to do anything with it, because it's more of just showing to Sony, you know, fix your shit or this will happen. I don't think they'll do anything with your personal information. I hope they don't, because my personal information's on there. But I want to talk in this video, I'm probably going to bash the PS3. Now, I love my PlayStation 3. It is an awesome console. It's great. It has the best exclusive games for me personally. You got your Uncharted, your Heavy Rains. Those are my favourite exclusives, especially Uncharted is the shit. Yakuza I enjoy. I know that people will fanboy this like there's no tomorrow, but I kind of want to come across as I'm talking shit about Sony and not the PlayStation. Now, PSN, we'll get it out of the way. I hate the PSN. It's slow, it's crap, I don't enjoy it, but, you know, it's free. So you really can't complain, but I'll find a way to complain anyway. Now, I'm not going to compare it to Xbox in this video. I'll try not to. I probably will. But the Xbox Live, I think, as it should be, because you pay money for it, is a lot better than the PSN. Now, a lot of people have been saying, well, what about in 2007 when the Xbox 360 got hacked? I haven't done any research at this at all, but I think I know what people are referring to. In 2007, when Halo came out, the servers couldn't cope, and that crashed Xbox Live. I don't think I know it wasn't hacked, and I don't think it was offline for like 14 days, whatever people are saying. I think what happened is because Halo crashed the servers, because Halo's shit. That happened. But seriously, let's get to the point. The PlayStation network is down. This is great for those people who play multiplayer only. You can go and play some nice single-player games, such as Uncharted, Heavy Rain, Yakuza, finish the campaign in Call of Duties or whatever you're playing. So it's a great time to do that. However, if you're a multiplayer gamer, you're probably pissed off. And I understand why you're pissed off, because I think that Sony, when it comes to PlayStation problems, are the most fucking unbelievably incompetent. And I think that they've proven this multiple times. You've had multiple hacks with the PlayStation that they haven't fixed for weeks or within weeks. We had the PlayStation Fat problem where the date fucked up and you lost all your trophies if you played that game again, which took 2 weeks to fix. It appears that Sony don't have a strategy to fix things. Now, when the shit hits the fan on the Xbox, whether or not it be... the most hacks that I've seen on the Xbox aren't actually with the Xbox itself, are more with the games, which sucks, because it ruins the games. But I think that Xbox are pretty quick when it comes to banning people with the JTAGs and things of that nature. But the people on the PlayStation, because they're not used to it, because the PlayStation was supposed to be this gigantic thing that could never break, that would never get hacked, and when it happens, they're not prepared, and the shit hits the fan. And when the shit hits the fan, Sony are incompetent. I'm sorry, but they are. You know, they should have, and I know that you can't really expect them to fix something of this nature within days or hours, but at least tell the people what's happening. They're being so secretive and so unbelievably quiet about what's happening. Apparently they're reinventing the PSN, which I think needs to happen. Which I think, again, I think it's sad that it took this to reinvent the PSN, because the PSN hasn't changed since the console came out. You know, for me, and I've talked to a lot of other people, especially last night with Bane Williams, who you can go and check out at hookedgamers.com, said that his PSN was slow. My PSN is slow to download things. And when you do the speed test where you connect to a network, it gives your average speed. This is not a thing, this is just based on your average speed, and I get 20 megabit a second. That's my speed, but it still downloads really slowly. And I think that it's about time that the PSN had an upgrade, but I think that it's a shame that the reason it's getting that upgrade is because of shit like this happening. And I think the people that do this kind of stuff are idiots. It does prove a point, but it proves the wrong point. You know, if you don't do this, we will completely ruin it. You know, it's kind of like take your ball and go home mentality. And I think it sucks. I think it sucks for all those, you know, people like me and people that play people play PSN or PlayStation religiously, that have to put up with the shit. Because these so-called people didn't like what happened. It's not confirmed that these people did it, but they probably did. Because they didn't like what's happening to the PSN, so they said, fix it or we'll hack it. So that's what's happened. You know, I think that that's sad, and I think that's a sad thing to do. And again, take your ball and go home mentality. And it really sucks. Because Sony obviously have no idea what to do, because they're not prepared. you know. But I like the PlayStation. It's, you know, it's a really excellent console. There's it's a Blu-ray player. How awesome is that? Like, you can buy Blu-ray players that are 10 times more expensive than the PlayStation. Why? It plays 3D movies if you have them, which I haven't seen because I don't go out to the shopping things that often. But you know, you can do that. It's an awesome bit of kit, and it's a shame that they haven't got strategies in place for when the shit hits the fan. You know, it's ridiculous. And when the shit hits the fan, they take the wrong outcome. Look at when that guy hacked the PlayStation 3 a few months ago. Instead of saying to him, you know, well, which is what I would do as a business standpoint, how did you hack it so we can fix it? They've taken him to court. They didn't bother to fix the problem, they've just taken him to court. What's he going to have? You're a multi-billion-dollar company. Why? To prove a point? It's not good. It's really not good, and I think that Sony, in general, really needs to get up to date with the PlayStation and have... How your whole network system can even get hacked is, whew, beyond me. I really don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. I think it's a shame. Again, I think it's more Sony incompetence. So I really hope they do a good job fixing it and updating the PSN, because that would be really good to see. Maybe go with the flow, which has happened in the past couple of years, and add your own PlayStation avatar that's loosely based off the Xbox version. You got to go in a pattern. The Xbox stole it off the Wii, so the PlayStation will steal it off the Xbox, and then when the Apple console comes out, they'll steal it off PlayStation 3. It works. It's business. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments, leave your thoughts. Please don't turn it into a fanboy war. I can't stand it. It's useless. So until next time, ladies and... What the fuck is that? So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Have a good one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Au revoir.